Welcome to HDiiTV. You're now rocking with your boy. So, New Orleans Saints versus the Arizona Cardinals. Before the season, I had a lot of high hopes for the Saints. However, injuries, bad play calling, lack of running the ball. I mean, it's turnovers. Whether it's Jameis, whether it's Dalton in there holding on to the ball, whether it's Taysom Hill out there. I mean, I look at it like the good, the bad, and the ugly. You guys ever remember that? Y'all remember that show? I think it was a show or movie. The good, the bad, the ugly. Y'all know that saying. Now, the good for the Saints is that they may have a future guy at the receiver position that may be that guy, and that's Chris Olave. Chris Olave's did well. Now, the bad is Dennis Allen is not a good head coach. I've said this from the beginning. I don't trust his play calling. I don't trust him. He's a better defensive coordinator. I don't think he doesn't have the he don't have the cachet with players like Sean Payton used to have. He doesn't have that presence of a head coach. To me, he still looks lost. He still looks like a coordinator out there. Now, the ugly was Dalton throwing those pick sixes before the half was over. Dog, you threw 2 pick sixes. You guys were in the game. And your 2 pick sixes put you guys in a hole. And this has been the problem with Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston at quarterback, not being able to take care of the ball. Look, when you turn the ball over, it swings momentum, and it's so hard to get that momentum back. It is. It's the hardest thing in the world to get the momentum back. Not only that, you had Dalton attempting 50 passes. Well, 47, but, he attempted that many passes. That's not going to help you win games. The Taysom Hill having them back there running, doing gadget plays. Look, they need to get rid of Taysom Hill. Okay? They need to go back to traditional football. I'm about to say basketball. They need to go back to traditional football and get them a power back. Mark Ingram's done. They need to get them a power back. They're killing Kamara. Kamara only got 11 carries from the ground game. Now, he did get targeted in the receiving game where he had 7 receptions, but I want to see him mostly run the ball off tackle, some counters, some traps. I want to see a little bit of more of that, but they didn't do it. Now, injuries have been killing the Saints all season. It's been killing them. They've had a tough time staying healthy, the same as the Cardinals. Cardinals have injuries. Now, we've seen the difference when DeAndre Hopkins is there as opposed when he's not. When he's there, the offense just flows better. The offense flows better. Guys are getting into position correctly, doing their job. Now, the first quarter, Saints put up 7. Cardinals had 3. Then the second quarter, the 2 pick sixes before the half gave the Cardinals a 25 points in the second quarter. Only 7 from the Saints. Third quarter, Saints put up 3. Cardinals 7. Fourth quarter, 17 in the fourth by the Saints and 7 by the Cardinals. Cardinals ultimately won the game 42-34. Now, the total yards, 326 from the Cards, 495 from the Saints. Passing yards, Saints had 409 to the Cardinals 189. Rushing yards, the Saints had 85 to the Cardinals 137. Yards per play, Cardinals had 5, Saints had 7. First down, Saints had 25, Cardinals had 21. Third downs, the Cardinals were 3 of 10, which is 30%. And the Saints, they were 6 of 13, which is 46%. That's not good either. Fourth down efficiency, both teams were 100%, going for it one time and making it one time. Total plays, 71 from the Saints, 60 from the Cards. Sacks allowed, 2 by the Cards, 0 by the Saints. 2 punts by the Saints, 4 by the Cards. 8 penalties for the Saints with 49 yards. Cardinals had 4 penalties, 20 yards. Both teams did not fumble the ball. Cardinals didn't throw an interception. The Saints did with 3. 2 of those were pick sixes, which really hurt them. Now, time of possession, the Cardinals won the time of possession. They had it for 30 minutes and 58 seconds compared to the Saints 29 minutes and 2 seconds, which was the differentiation was 1 minute and 56 seconds. Now, the Saints lost this game, of course. Turnovers, big key. Second of all, not being disciplined. And this is why I told y'all Dennis Allen's not a great coach to me. The penalties, they have 8 penalties. You got to cut that down to like 0 or maybe 1 or 2 at most. Okay, the penalties was hurting them. Field position was hurting them. Third downs, both teams were terrible. The Saints did better, though. But if the Saints would have minimized the turnovers and ran the ball more, they only had 85 rushing yards total, then they could have won the game. Now, the Cardinals, this is what makes them good. When Kylermurray attempts between 25 to 30 passes a game, they have some high numbers with that. Eno Benjamin finally got the ball yesterday. He had 12 carries. To me, he needs to have at least 15 to 20 more carries. Kyler was making some throws. Robbie Anderson's still trying to get adjusted. Once he gets adjusted, he'll be a good piece to add on. Dortch dropped a couple passes that were key that could have helped. On the other side, Callaway messed up on some route running as well as getting pushed down the field, not fighting back, and that really gave him problems. But the Cardinals showed me that, hey, can they do something cool? They probably can. But I just don't feel this team is good. They still suck on the pass rushing end. It was good seeing J.J. Watt out there, but J.J. Watt's done. He's done. They've got to get them a pass rusher. Shout out to Isaiah Simmons for getting the pick and running that back to the house. Shout out to the other guy who did it too. I think it was Antonio Hamilton. Was it Hamilton or was it no, Marco Wilson. Marco Wilson ran it to the house. Okay, yeah. It was Marco. I remember Marco. But shout out to Isaiah Simmons for the pick 6 to the house as well. That was good. Zaven Collins is a beast at linebacker. They need more pass rushing. They don't have that. If the Cardinals had pass rushing, the Cardinals could win this division easy. They still could win this division. They still could win the division. Because the division is not that hard. But the reason the Saints lost were them turnovers, them 2 pick sixes, penalties, and lack of running the ball. Dennis Allen, to me, they need to bring in a new coach. A real head coach, move him back to defensive coordinator and go from there. That's how I look at it. But, people might disagree with me, man. It is what it is. But this was a great game. It was a good game last night. This was probably the best game we've had on Thursday night in a long time. Now, okay. Christian McCaffrey, the Carolina Panthers and the Niners, they traded, the Panthers, traded Christian McCaffrey to San Francisco for multiple draft selections. The Panthers will receive the 2023 second, third, and fourth round picks, plus a fifth rounder in 2024. Following the firing of the head coach Matt Rule, the Panthers began to listen to offers to McCaffrey. The Bills, the Rams, and the Niners were in talks with Christian McCaffrey. But now that he's in San Francisco, do I think he'll do something? Yeah, because he's not the main back. They got other backs who can run downhill. McCaffrey will be good running his routes, getting a third downs and doing his thing in the open field, catching the ball. The guy's all around running back. But his problem is injuries. And also the problem of the Niners is you don't have no damn quarterback. You don't have no quarterback at all. So what are we really doing here, right? I'm not even going to waste a video on it because Christian McCaffrey, to me, his problem is injuries. If he's healthy, yeah, he could add something to the fold. He can add something to help them do better. But I still don't trust the Niners. As long as you have Jimmy G at quarterback, you're not winning the bowl. You might make the playoffs. Y'all might make the playoffs, but that's it. So, they might make the playoffs and everything. So, we'll see. But to me, the Panthers won this trade. They got multiple second, third, fourth round picks, plus another one in 2024. Panthers could rebuild their squad overnight. And I think this year's class is going to be deep with the quarterback position. So I would go with that. I would also go with the offensive line as well. So let me know in the comment section what you think about it, about my assessment of the game and about, the Christian McCaffrey, how I felt about it. Thank you for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. If you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the description box, hitting that link to my Cashapp to donate whatever your heart's desire. Also, if you want to super chat when the video premiere goes live, you guys can do that too, or you can leave a super thanks. Plus, I'm on Zelle. You guys can cash at me on Zelle as well. Thank you guys for listening, man, and we out. Deezy.